But a lot
so
of
you
times,
ain't had no unattractive clients or some
Hell
they wop
yeah.
like a mixture.
I'm
of
about to tell you right now. I get contacted by a black chick, right?
Mm-hmm.
She reaches out to me, and we start dating. Perfect personality, beautiful personality, sweet woman, but the looks was terrible. And I'm just gonna keep it 100. The looks was terrible, but the body was bad. Personality was bad. We go on a double date with her and her and one of my buddies, one of her friends. Her friend gets up and goes to the bathroom. This is how bad this girl looked, face-wise. When her friend got up and went to the bathroom.
Body cool?
Body cool. Everything. Okay. She was fine physically.
Okay.
Face was just shot.
Whooped out.
But she had a personality though. Like how some people just got that personality.
They balance out.
Yeah, you can accept that. You can work that.
Okay.
She got up and went to the bathroom. When she got up and went to her bathroom, her own friend that she bought on a double date asked me, "What are you doing with that wolf?"
Oh, hell no.
This is her own friend.
Her friend is a hater for that, bro.
Yeah,
this is her own friend.
No,
you know what I'm saying? So she was on some hate shit. She did want to. Right. That's really what it was. And that's my boy that I bought for her friend. He was like, "Oh, nigga, she just want to fuck you."
Right.
You know, that's why she hating on her homegirl. Right. Like, who would do that? You know what I'm saying? And so, but in those type of situations, man, her personality and her body, like sometimes, like you said, you just don't work at the right times that you want it to work sometimes.
A girl could look good and it might not work.
Yeah. So, but what I ended up doing was, the more I prolonged the physical part of it, the more I was able to eventually get into it.
Okay.
And my shit started to wake up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I had to gradually work myself to that point, because the last thing I wanted to do for her to realize, oh, this nigga ain't working.
Yeah.
This nigga knows. So I knew it was going to come, but I just had to wait for myself to get relaxed enough and accept that I would do this to her.
So the BDSM field that you entered, that's your former field, or you still?
That's my former field, man. When I end up getting with my woman, that's when I had to like back up off of it, because she wasn't into that.
What about consultations?
You talking about as far as educating people and teaching people? Yeah, I'll do that for sure.
Like they tap in, they want to know, like, nigga, man, I need. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I'm gonna tell you a situation about a couple that I had. This is what you call
you need a YouTube channel, bro.
A stag and a vixen. That's what I'm working on.
No, for real.
No, I'm seriously working on that. I'm seriously working on that. This is title called A Stag and a Vixen. A stag and a vixen is basically the husband is the stag, the wife is the vixen. Mm-hmm. The husband likes to watch his wife get fucked. Don't want to participate. This is different from a cuck. He doesn't want to participate, but he just wants to make sure she's safe, and he want to be there to make sure that shit don't get out of hand. Mm-hmm. True story. I get contacted by a black chick. She reaches out to me and says she's been married to this white guy for about 20 years, since they've been in college. Mm. Only dick she's had since she's been in college. They got kids. Marriage was on the rocks. She told me that he wasn't fucking her. And she told him that, hey, look, I'm going to divorce you if we don't do something about this situation. And so he still wasn't fucking her. So she told him that, well, if we're going to make this work, you got to allow me to have somebody that I picked to have sex with, since you don't want to fuck me. And she didn't really know why he didn't want to fuck her. But it wasn't on her, it was on him. Mm. And so she reached out to me. And she explained to me the situation. She's been married to her husband. They got kids, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward the story. We agree to meet. I meet them at the hotel out by LAX. We get out there. He opens the door. Remember Danny DeVito from Taxi? Little short, from Twins with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
Little fat guy.
That's what the guy looks like.
That's what he looks like.
It's like the worst looking man on earth.
He looks just like Danny DeVito.
Fat.
Little fat, stubby.
Oof, wow.
Probably haven't seen his in years, because that's how big his stomach was. Oh. And so now I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, I see why he's not fucking her. You know what I'm saying? So he opens the door and I go in there, and it's this sexy black woman laying on the bed, lingerie. Beautiful. Now I'm thinking to myself, how can you not be fucking her? As fine as she is, how can you not be fucking her?
Nasty as you are. How are you not thankful for this? Yeah.
And so we get in there, and I get in there, he got a towel sitting on the table. Water, wine, and weed vape. Because she told him I smoke weed. Okay. So we can't smoke in the room, so he bought a vape. So we get on there, we talk. He says, I don't know how this is going to work. This is my first time. I don't know if I'm going to like it. He said, but I just want to be here to observe. Fine, we get into it. I start fucking her. Immediately, I think because she was so turned on by me The minute I start fucking her, she starts squirting. Like, I'm talking about maybe the first couple of minutes into fucking her. He jumps out of his chair because he's sitting back in the chair watching. He jumps out of his chair, gets on his knees, like she's on the bed. So he's on the bed on his knees, all up in her face while I'm fucking her. And I'm looking like, what the fuck is this dude doing?
Because his face is now very close to
your So I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And so now she's like, honey, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, oh, I just want to see what he was doing to make you sound like that. I've never heard you sound like that.
Right.
I was just trying to see what he was doing. And so she's like, well, can you just sit over there, like stay back, like you're bothering my concentration? So I'm like sitting to myself like, man, this shit is crazy. Look how she talking to this dude. So he goes, sit down. I'm still fucking her. I bent her over, hitting her doggy style. He comes back doing the same shit. At this point, she's like, honey, can you please just go move? And she said, matter of fact, will you leave? So I'm like thinking to myself, I'm feeling fucked up because this is his wife. And she's telling him to leave while another man is fucking her. So I'm like, he's paying for all this shit.
Crazy.
So he says he has this sad look on his face. I'm like, fuck, man. So he says, well, do I have to leave? Can I just go sit in the bathroom? And she was like, I don't give a fuck. Just go somewhere. Just stay out of my face.
You're doming her and she's doming him.
She's doming him. Exactly. So he's like, can I go sit in the bathroom? And she's like, I don't give a fuck. Just get out my face.
Oh my God.
So he goes, sits in the
Picturing
bathroom.
a sexy black woman and then Danny DeVito doing this is so
yes, sir.
funny.
And this is how it happened. And so he goes to the bathroom and he sits down. I can see him when he closes the door. He sits down and folds his legs and he closes the door. He got a glass of wine. Wow. He's in the bathroom on his phone while I'm in the room fucking his wife. When he goes in the bathroom, she lets go. She get loose, freaky, wild, like everything that she was holding in while he was there, she's let that shit go once he went in the bathroom.
Wow.
So she's in there hollering. We in there having a good old time. The only reason it stopped is because I said, this motherfucker been in the bathroom for like an hour. He ain't knocked on the door. He hasn't come out or nothing. And so I said to her, don't you think we need to, get him out the bathroom right now? And she says, look, this is about me. He agreed that to allow me to do this. He wasn't fucking me. Yeah. And I told him this is what we had to do to save our marriage. She's like, so I don't really give a fuck about how he feels in that bathroom. Wow. And I said, well, I feel fucked up that he's been in there all this time. I'm like, man, she's like, okay. She's like, but next time we meet up, he can't fucking nowhere be around. And so he comes on out the bathroom and he got like this sad look on his face, man. And I'm like, and so I say, John, so I said, man, how you feeling? How did you feel about what's going on? He says, man, I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I get home. He said, but right now I'm just glad that she's happy. She's smiling. I heard in the bathroom what you were doing to her. She's having a great time. He said, I just don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. Fast forward, 2 hours, they go home. I get a text from her 3 hours later. She's like, can you meet tomorrow? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be me and you. She said, yeah, he already agreed to it. Wow. And so I guess she went home and gave him this ultimatum. Look, either you don't show up or I'm gonna do this shit anyway. And so the next day, I met her the next day and he had bought the room. When I got to the room, he was already gone.
Did you get the idea that they were like really, truly in love with each other in some sense? Or because this sounds like the worst relationship ever. I just wonder if there's like a silver lining to it where actually they were nuts over each other, just not in the sexual way.
It seems like they may have been at one point in their lives. And maybe when he got big and out of shape, because I don't know if he always looked like that. Yeah. But maybe when he got so big and out of shape, he lost confidence. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He became less confident and embarrassed. Right. And so when that became a problem, that's why I said the problem wasn't with her, it was with him. He's the one that didn't want to fuck her. And I'm looking at her like, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I'm thinking to myself, well, he's probably ashamed. Is this dude looking like Danny DeVito, literally. And he agreed to let me have his wife as my own.
If you haven't checked out Everything 420 yet, you are definitely missing out. From glass gear to infused sweets, they've got one of the best lineups online. They ship fast, it's always discreet, and their app makes shopping too easy. The deals are always running, and you can use code NOJUMPER for a little bonus at checkout. Shout out Everything 420.